And this is because of what has been going on. You have heard, that our lawyers are on the run. You are now advising us to assemble others who will not run. Because the person terrorizing them is the accused. This is why it's fundamentally important that if there is to be justice in this court, then the whole question of how we are represented should be addressed before this very application can be had. Who are going to make submissions that you are ordering when everybody is on the run? So either it appears to me that the last sitting, I did make a point here, that Mr. Museveni should reenact.
Okay, ensonga no bweso bweziri Dr. Kiiza Besigye nga ali mu kooti nga tunka n'omulamuzi amanyikiddwa nga Baguma. Baguma ono Dr. Kiiza Besigye amuvunaana okumugamba nti anoonye balooya abalala. Besigye amubuuza ekibuuzo n'amugamba nti balooya ki abalala be tugenda okunoonya batagenda kudduka. Jjukira ensonga za Dr. Kiiza Besigye nga zitandika zaalimu omukola amanyikiddwa nga Ssaalongo Erias Lukwago ssaako n'omukyala amanyikiddwa nga Martha Karua. Martha Karua mu kaseera kano takkirizibwa kuyingira mu ggwanga lya Uganda, baamugoba otuyinza okugamba baamubaninga, ate Erias Lukwago nga y'omu ku balidde kanso obw'omukola amanyikiddwa nga Dr. Kiiza Besigye wetwogerera ali mu kkomera eruzira gy'agenda maaso n'okuba nga ttunka n'emisango egy'okulya mu nsi yo olukwe. Baamugulako omusango gumanyikiddwa nga misprision of treason nga y'omu ku abo abatuuka. Kakati Besigye abuuza muŋŋamba noonye nfune balooya abalala, looya ki omulala gwengenda okunoonya atagenda kudduka nga bonna bennoonya mugenda mu maaso n'okuba nga mubangubako. Mu kaseera kano ensonga za Besigye zikyali mpanvu. Omusango guno singa gumusinga agenda kufa kubanga kye kibonerezo ky'omusango gw'okulya mu nsi yo olukwe. Singa gukusinga ekyo kye kiba kigenda okuddako. Kati mu kaseera kano baamugambye genda ofune balooya abalala be baba bakweyimirira oba be baba bakwasaganya ensonga zekyo. Bw'oba togenda maaso n'okuba nga okikola ate twagala okutegeeza nti ebibyo tebigenda kubeera birungi. Mu kaseera kano Dr. Kiiza Besigye akyagaanye okunoonya balooya abalala okubateekawo kubanga agamba nti ne bwe n'abanoonya bajja kugenda mu maaso n'okuba nga ate bandekawo bajja kudduka kubanga muze mubatiisatiisa. Tukyagenda mu maaso n'okuba nga tutunuulira vidiyo eno saako n'okugikwongera.
The law of detention without trial. And this was advisedly because that's what it seems all this is aimed at. That we simply remain in detention because we cannot have lawyers. We cannot, the main case we are talking about, we have never seen the disclosures because facilities are. So coming to this point, it seems we will be tried with our eyes covered, with our hands and feet tied, and with our lips zipped. How can we have justice in that case?
I actually have already said all the concerns. If you had my ruling, it will be addressed in that matter.
In which matter? Because you are telling us to make submissions. Who will make submissions? Because please don't run away.
Very carefully listen to the submissions. Both parties. The same I will go to report, I will not introduce them. But I will go ahead and make the following remarks and findings. That on the onset, I want to state and agree with Council Baguma that this application was filed by about 13 law firms, as he has stated. This position is confirmed by the notice of motion, which was filed, this notice of motion, which was filed on 7th April. And at the end of this notice of motion, it is clearly stated that this application was jointly drawn and filed by those certain law firms. Indeed, as Council has submitted, the applicants have been represented by more than 50 lawyers, but today I can say like 10 lawyers in the group. However, I also agree that the applicants or the chosen persons have got a right of their choice of their own lawyer and who should and who should not plead. Because of that, I will grant this application with the following purpose. One, the applicants are given an opportunity to get additional lawyers of their own choice, beef up the team of the 13 law firms, of the 50 lawyers, and giving them up to 2nd July, get their own lawyer. However, I go ahead and say, as I'm giving the applicants the choice to assemble this team of lawyers, they should assemble from today, and by that date, 2nd July, the same team of this choice should file written submissions in this application by 2nd July at not later than 6 p.m. So the same lawyers of this choice, in addition, will be carried back. If they do that, then the respondents should file their written submissions by 4th July. And I want to say 4th will be a Saturday, but I order that you have 5th, 4th, up to, we are now using weekends. So don't raise the issue of weekend. By 4th July at 6, file the written submissions reply. Then, rejoinder of the team, the applicant's case, should file their rejoinder, if any, by 6th July, but not later than 6 p.m. Then, after that, the application which is said that it was a file of which I have not seen cannot stop this honorable court to give directions in this matter which was filed before. So this application therefore will proceed on its own merit, and all the concerns from both sides should be put in their written submissions, of which those concerns and the written submissions will be addressed by this honorable court in its ruling, which will be delivered by witness and emails of the lawyers who filed this application. The ruling will be delivered on 8th July at 3 p.m. The outcome of this application will determine the main session number 335 of 2025, where the ruling is delivered on 8th at 3 p.m. I so far.
My lord, before you take leave,
I'm extremely concerned with what is going on this afternoon. As you have heard, we did not have lawyers in the process leading up to today. The respondents have not been served up to date. Therefore, they could not have even responded. And this is because of what has been going on. You have heard, I know, that our lawyers are on the run. You are now advising us to assemble others who will not run. Because the person terrorizing them is their choice. this is why it's fundamentally important that if there is to be justice in this court, then the whole question of how we are represented should be addressed before this very application can be had. Who are going to make submissions that you are ordering when everybody is on the right? Whom shall? So either it appears to me, the last sitting, I did make a point here, that Mr. Museveni should reenact the law of detention without trial. And this was advisedly, because that's what it seems all this is aimed at. That we simply remain in detention because we cannot have lawyers, we cannot, the main case we are talking about, we have never seen the disclosures because facilities are, so coming to this point, it seems we will be trying with our eyes covered, with our hands and feet tied, and with our lips sealed. How can we have justice in that case?
I actually have already said all the concerns. If you had my ruling, it will be addressed in that matter.
In which matter? Because you are telling us to make submissions. Who will make submissions? Because please don't run away.
Never, never.